Hey YouTube, Not for Charity here, also known as on Team Moki Moki as Teammate S. I haven't posted a video in a while, and I figured I'd post up my Gladiator Beast stun type deck. And any help or suggestions you all can give me, I would appreciate. It's been doing pretty well in tournament play, and also I'll be putting up new videos soon, hopefully. Well, onto the deck. I main deck 2 Thunder King Ryos. It's good against Searches, X-Sabers for Dark Souls, Blacklings for the Whirlwind, or I can negate the Synchros that they summon, or anything like that. Then we've got the Doom Caliber Knight, because I like Doom Cal. One off. First off, it has 1800 defense, 1900 attack. Nothing can really get over this. I mean, the Soroka can, and other like Geminis can kamikaze with it, or they can spark it or something, if that's of their worth though. I like this setup because if I open with stuff like this, they might think I'm playing stun and play entirely different, trying to conserve, because they know that I'm just going to have answer on top of answer. Alright, well, done with that. Then next up is the 3 Test Tigers, because it's a staple in every GB deck. It creates your combo plays. Some people have been saying to go 2 of these just because special, do you call priority, tribute, and then they book them in the GB. And that's not really good, but if you're going to use them, you need to use 3. Next up is the 1 Prisma to use for Gazaris plays, or Herc to send the Lakori for grave if you've already got a Bastari face down. It's overall just a really good combo breaker, and it can usually force through most of your opponent's plays. Next up, we've got the 2 Laquaris, the beat stick of the deck, used for Herc, and if you get this out, it's usually a big thing for them to have to get over, because most stuff is like 18, 19, maybe 2,000 in the case of a Sirocco. The best other way they can do it is they can like special a Cyber Dragon to kamikaze with it. But if they have a Sirocco, they're going to have to waste a Kalut to get over this. I really like Lakori. I thought about using 3. There's just not a good build I like with 3. Next we have the 2 Equests, the reoccurrence card of the deck. You can bring back the Chariots, you can bring back like a Hippo or a Laquari, or you can go the Prisma, send the Bastari, go for the Equest, and like a Hippo in defense to set up for a next turn Gazaris too. So that's good. And then I main deck 2 GB Hippolymuses, or Hippo as I call it. The reason I do this is because it's 21, okay? And then it's 24 if it's brought out. And the thing is, usually people have to waste Dark Hole, Smashing Ground, like a Torrential when it comes out, or maybe have to waste a Kalu to spark a Nick Attack or something to get past this, because they don't want to slam into it. And they also, it's a really big defender, so if they can hit over it, they're going to try to. And then once one's in grave or removed, and they see that, they're going to think, oh, he might just be setting monsters because he has a bad hand. Then the other one flips up, and they're like, what the hell? He main decks 2. So yeah, that's why I main deck 2 of those. I only main deck 1 Darius just because the fact I'm not running Prisma Glads, because I couldn't find a fun build that I could use. The other day at Locals I tested with 2 Prismas, a Stratos, and a Miracle Fusion with the Snowman Eater main deck over the second Hippolymus. It worked kind of fine, but if any of you have a good Prisma Glad build, just PM it to me, or PM the team channel, Team Moki Moki. Next up, we've got the Bastari, the Destruction card of the deck, and the card that sets up for the Gazaris plays. And, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Then we've got the Rediari. A lot of people aren't using this format. I don't know why. I like it main deck, some people side deck it, but I really don't see a point, because monster removal is key to everything. Whether it's keeping 3 Darks at a grave, a Vayu at a grave, knocking out the main thing in this format, which is like dandelions for debris targets and stuff like that, or maybe you can knock out like Dark Souls so they can't reuse them. Then we've got the one of Murmillo. Some people used to. I really hate to, and I think it's the worst possible idea that you can do. But that's just me, and it's good. Okay, that's it for monsters. On to spells. I main deck 2 MSTs, and I main deck 2 MSTs over 2 trap stuns and 1 MST, just because the fact that I don't know about everyone else's locals, but at mine, a lot of people are running like Rural Decree Plants, Rural Decree Lightsworn, Rural Decree Scraps, and I run a lot of traps. I think I run like 15, so I need a way to get past traps. And trap stuns are pretty dead, and some people argue that a lot of people set cards, but honestly, good players don't always set their whole hands, because they try to conserve some. That way their opponent doesn't know if they have monsters or MTs. So, yeah. Next up is 2 Book of Moons and a enemy controller. I use only 2 books and 1 enemy controller over the 3 Book of Moons, because enemy controller lets me do synchro plays. I can take their monster for game. I can put it in face up so I can Murmillo it instead of not being able to because the monster is face down. So, yeah. Then we've got the staple Reborn and Darkhold. Next up, I main deck, let's see, Gold Wave staple in all decks. Then I main deck 1 GPG. For searching, I can search out of Bastari to set and contact. Bastari set, contact, Kazaris, boom. Or you can go like for a Laquari or a Hippo if you need protection or beaters. Then I main deck 1 Smashing Ground. I like this because it's one-on-one spot removal, and the thing that GBs aren't good about is being able to get over big monsters. So like if they have like a big monster such as an Armor Master, or maybe a Black Rose just setting up, or maybe a Stardust, I just want it gone, so then I can go for Ready Array and remove it. This does that. That's it for spells. On to traps. I only go 2 War Chariots, because usually I can make them reoccur over and over with E-quests, and 3, honestly, clogs in hand. Then, let's see, the 2 Bottomless that are staple. Then I go 2 Dimensional Prison. I don't run Wabaku because I don't think it's a good card. I mean, honestly, if you Wabaku and then they like Book of Moon, or they, in other cases, they Solemn Warning you, you're just plain fucked. But yeah, 2D Prison because removal is great. Next I go 2 Solemn Warnings. I use 2 Solemn Warnings because it's a lot of life points. I won't argue with that. But in GBs, the main thing to do in this format, if you're not going to run Wabakus, you have to run spot removal to make sure your opponent doesn't get advantage. And I run the Solemn Judgment staple, Mirror Force staple. Then I run Trap, Dust Shoot, and Mind Crush. I run these because Dust Shoot is knowledge, and Mind Crush, I usually just Mind Crush people who either use Pot of Duality or people that I can always read their plays off of certain stuff they do. It's pretty easy to if you're a good player. Then I main deck Compulsory Evacuation Device because it's really good. It gets past Stardust, it gets past Synchros. I can push back cards like an E-Blade or, let's say, Mystic Tomato if it's face up, so I can get around stuff and not have to kill it and then let them get stuff out and get advantage. Next is the Royal Oppression. I main deck it in GBs because I think it's good. Once I get Herc or a Laquari or a Hippo up, I have complete control when this is up, and I can control it with Trap, Stun, Cold Wave, or whatever I want, or make him pay life. And then I run the 1-0 Trap Stun to stun my opponent and make big plays. That's it for this deck. I'll try to post up a video later. Thank you, and visit Team Okimoki's page. Thanks.